Hello there. Are you trying to conceive? Maybe on some fertility treatment, and you want to know your fertility window, your most fertile days to get pregnant? Then I'm here to show you how. You may have been told to divide your menstrual cycle length by 2 to get your ovulation day, but that is not an accurate information. In this video, I'll be showing you step by step on how you can arrive at your fertility window, your most fertile days to get pregnant, so that you can achieve that pregnancy you so desire. So keep watching and watch till the end. Okay, to start with, what is ovulation? Ovulation is a process in which a matured egg is released from the ovary. Now, this is the ovary that houses the eggs. From where they are released, once they are matured, they go through the fallopian tube where they are expected to meet the sperm for fertilization, and afterwards implantation occurs in the uterus. Ovulation is a phase in the menstrual cycle, and to accurately calculate your ovulation, you should understand the various phases of the menstrual cycle. Now, the first phase of the menstrual cycle is the follicular phase. The beginning of each menstrual cycle starts with the menstruation. So from your day 1, when you see your menses, that is the beginning of the cycle. And the first phase of this menstrual cycle is called the follicular phase. The first few days, you see your menstrual flow, and then as you start menstruating, right in the ovaries, the eggs start growing. They grow all through the follicular phase. Following the follicular phase, we have the ovulation. This is when the eggs have grown to maturation and then they are released from the ovary. I'll talk extensively on the ovulation in a bit. The third phase of the menstrual cycle is the luteal phase. The luteal phase begins after the egg is released. This phase is very important in calculating your ovulation. Now, ask me how. The luteal phase, from the diagram as is shown, is from here where the eggs have been released to the beginning of the next cycle, and it is very important in calculating your ovulation day. Now, the luteal phase has a constant duration. It is 14 days. Irrespective of the length of your menstrual cycle, your luteal phase is constant at 14 days, and this plays a key role in calculating your ovulation day, your fertility window. That means from your ovulation to your next period is 14 days. So get your cycle length or count 14 days backwards to get your ovulation day. I made a video on how to accurately calculate your menstrual cycle length. So if you're having doubts or you're not yet clear on how to accurately calculate your menstrual cycle length, do well to check that video, that YouTube video out. I'll put the links in the description box below and also on the screen. Now, you could after getting your menstrual cycle length, you could count 14 days backwards to get your ovulation day, or just simply subtract 14 from your menstrual cycle length to get your ovulation. Now, there is a simple formula to it. Your menstrual cycle length minus 14 days gives you your ovulation day. Now, to use this formula, you have to know your menstrual cycle length. Check out my YouTube video on how to calculate your menstrual cycle length accurately, and your period has to be regular. Let's go to some practical examples. Assuming your menstrual cycle length is 30 days, meaning the first day of one cycle to the first day of the next cycle is 30 days. How then can you calculate your ovulation day? Using this formula, menstrual cycle length minus 14 days equal ovulation. Now, for this particular example, our menstrual cycle length is 30 days, so we put in 30, which is our menstrual cycle length, minus 14 days, which is the luteal phase duration, which is constant at 14 days, and gives you your ovulation day, meaning for a 30-day menstrual cycle, your ovulation is on day 16. Now, if this is day 1, your ovulation is going to be on day 16. So this will be your ovulation day. This is your ovulation day. Yet another example. If you have a 35-day menstrual cycle and you're wondering, how can I arrive at my ovulation? Most examples you see online use the 28-day menstrual cycle length. I'll still get to that, but there are other examples other than 28-day menstrual cycle length. Now let's look at the 35 days menstrual cycle length. Remember our formula: menstrual cycle length minus 14 days equal your ovulation day. So 35 minus 14 will give us 21. So for this person who has a menstrual cycle length at 35 days, her ovulation is on the 21. Now this is our popular 28 days menstrual cycle length. We all are familiar with this example, but then the 14 days for your menstrual cycle, for your ovulation day, was not arrived by just dividing 28 by 2. No, let's go by the formula again. Menstrual cycle length minus 14 days, which is 28 minus 14, gives us 14. So for a 28-day menstrual cycle length, your ovulation day is on day 14. As simple as that. Yet another example, 22 days menstrual cycle. When will the ovulation day fall? Still using our formula, we have 22 minus 14, which gives us day 8. So for a lady having a 22-day menstrual cycle, the ovulation is on day 8. Yet another example, 26 days menstrual cycle length. You have your menstrual cycle length minus 14 days to give you ovulation day, which is 26 minus 14 gives you day 12. So if your menstrual cycle length is 26 days, your ovulation is on day 12. Simple, right? Yes. So apply that formula and you will get your ovulation day. When are your fertile days? So far, I hope you are getting value from this teaching. If you are, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more content. So when are your fertile days? These are the days around your ovulation. The days around your ovulation are your fertile days. Your fertile days are determined by how long the eggs survive after ovulation and how long the sperm cells remain viable after ejaculation. The eggs survive 12 to 24 hours after release, and the sperm can survive up to 5 days under the right conditions. However, sperm cells are very active in the first 72 hours. This brings me to the concept of fertility window. 3 to 4 days before ovulation and about 1 to 2 days after your expected ovulation gives you a fertility window of 4 to 6 days. To increase your chances of pregnancy, start intimate sexual intercourse 3 to 4 days before your expected ovulation day. Now, the idea is to have sperm cells in your fallopian tube once ovulation occurs. This increases your chances of pregnancy. This increases your chances of fertility and pregnancy. Now, let us calculate our fertility window using examples. Remember the initial example we used to arrive at our ovulation day for a 30 days menstrual cycle. We do 30 minus 14 to give us 16, which is on the 16. Ovulation is on day 16. So 3 to 4 days before ovulation. The ovulation for this example is on day 16, right? Yes. So, and we have said our fertility window is 3 to 4 days before ovulation. So let's start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. So from the 13th, if you're trying for a baby, from the 13th and then 1 to 2 days after ovulation. Remember, the egg survives for a very short time, 12 to 24 hours. We have a very short time after the egg is released for fertilization to take place. So the day 16th, we'll take it as the 1 and then 2. So we have our fertility window for a 30-day cycle spanning from day 13th to day 17. Let's take another example. For a 22 days menstrual cycle, we arrived at day 8 being our ovulation. So when is our fertility window? This is day 8, which is the estimated day for ovulation. 3 to 4 days before ovulation, we start counting 1, 2, 3, 4. So from day 5 of that menstrual cycle, your fertility window opens. Then 1 to 2 days after ovulation, 1, 2, it opens. So you see why I said just dividing your menstrual cycle length by 2 is wrong if you want to arrive at your ovulation. For instance, this 22-day cycle, if we had just divided by 2, we would have gotten 11, which is far apart from your fertility window. So just dividing your menstrual cycle length by 2 is not a correct approach to getting your ovulation day.
My sincere prayer for you is that pregnancy, that conception you so desire will come true to you in less than no time. And when it does, don't forget to drop a comment in the comment section below, as this will encourage other women in this fertility journey, this journey to conception, pregnancy, and motherhood. Like this video, share with your friends and loved ones who have this challenge of calculating their fertility window. Subscribe to my channel if you've not done so for more content. Do well to watch my other videos as well. Thank you and see you in my next video.